What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Love of the Game. I'm Hunter Sheldon here with Adam Fothery. With that, I'm going to send it off to Adam with some weekly updates.
Yep, so we're going to talk about various different things around the NFL. First off, the NFL has announced it is not going to change its season start date and is monitoring the situation closely. With that, we have a bunch of roster updates I'm going to read here for you guys. We have Packers release tight end Jimmy Graham, Titans release Dion Lewis, Cameron Wake, Delaney Walker, Vikings release Xavier Rhodes, Bengals release Corey Glenn, Broncos franchise tag Justin Simmons, Chargers franchise tag Hunter Henry. NFL is also going to cancel all pre-draft visits and workouts, which means Tua will not get a chance to work out. So we could see that having a really big impact on the draft. We're going to see what's going on. Next, we have a really big segment that we're excited to do where we're going to debate, is Derrick Henry worth being re-signed? So I'm going to let Hunter talk first.
All right. I don't think Derrick Henry needs to be re-signed by the Titans. I know that a lot of people want the Titans to re-sign him, but I just don't see it as a viable option. I think that's too much money. I know he already said he wanted Zeke type of money, and I think that's way too much for a one-dimensional back because he's not a three-down back. He has not shown that he's viable for the pass game, and yeah, he's great running downhill, but he also had the most negative runs of any running back in 2019, so if he gets hit before the line of scrimmage, he can't make those cuts. He's got to be able to run downhill, and he's great when he does that, but a running back can't lead your team. I think the Titans need to save their money there and go after somebody like Amari Cooper and go after some running backs in the draft. There's a lot of free agents out there for running back that they can possibly go get. I just don't think he's a viable option.
And I hear that argument. I think that, it's really part of this norm to just say that, there hasn't been a running back who's been able to be the bell cow for his team for multiple seasons, And here's what I think, though. If you're the Tennessee Titans, your offensive identity is the run game. You want that heavy downhill runner. He's averaging over 5.1 yards per carry. And with that, you're creating lots of opportunities for the play action game, and your passing game doesn't have to be that good. You're also able to control the pace of the game because they can run it even when they're down. I think we saw that really big with the game in the Patriots and also the game with the Chiefs, that they're not afraid to run when they're down because that's how they play their style of football. And if they can keep Derrick Henry, they have the best way to keep their team the way it is. And then, looking at the quarterback situation, I think maybe if they can get somebody who can execute a little bit better, I think Ryan Tannehill did great. I think Ryan Tannehill did even better for the amount of money he was being paid. But if they can go out and get a really good quarterback to go with that passing game, that team might win the AFC Championship against the Chiefs. Now, that's not a knock against the Chiefs, but that offense has the potential to be very, very good. And I think they need to keep to their identity, improve what they're not very good at, and we could be looking at a much different Titans team.
I don't think the Titans with Derrick Henry can keep up down the stretch with the Chiefs. The Chiefs are going to be able to score. They showed it last year. They're going to score in the fourth quarter. The Titans can't stop that, and I don't think they can score the way the Chiefs do. And can Derrick Henry keep that up? Because Derrick Henry had over 300 touches just in the regular season, over 450 with postseason. That's a lot of touches. Right. That's that magic number for running backs that they usually get worse after that season. And not only that, the top 12 rushers in the NFL last season, 25 years or younger. Guess who just turned 26? And they're going to have to sign him to a big contract, at least to 29 years old.
I hear that, and I think it's a valuable point. However, every single season, his average yards per carry has gone up, his yards per season has gone up, and his carries have gone up. He wants more of a workload every single year. And like I said, look, let's be realistic. 300 carries a season, not at all realistic down the stretch. But if they can take that down to 200, 250, that's something that you can work with. You got to get a better quarterback in there with him to help, but you keep that system of a power running team. You're going to force teams to bring an extra safety in the box, put that extra linebacker in the game. You can't play nickel anymore. Now you have a wide receiver versus a linebacker. Now you've opened up your passing game a little bit more. So I think that he just changes the game, just even being in the game, even when they don't hand it off. And that's the value that Derrick Henry brings to that team. And it's really important that they have Derrick Henry because it's really important that they keep Derrick Henry because then they keep their offensive identity and they're able to improve other areas that are more important, like quarterback, wide receiver, defensive back, possibly because they have an aging secondary. Cameron Wake just got released. Maybe that's a position they need. They're obviously moving on from running back Dion Lewis. He wasn't a contributor. They just moved on from Delaney Walker, who's injury prone. They have cap space. They have money. This isn't a money problem.
Yeah, but do you want to pay him 14 to 15 million a year for 3 to 4 years?
I want to pay good players on my team who change the game.
Yeah, but he doesn't change the game except for the running game. He can't make his cuts. He can't run downhill. Once teams stack the box, can Ryan Tannehill stretch the field? Because he didn't prove it. He did it a couple times, but he didn't prove that he could truly do that when it mattered. Just like the Chiefs game, they couldn't run their passing offense because they're too much of a running team. And
82 yards and a touchdown is getting shut down.
If they 82 yards, Ryan Tannehill as a quarterback, 82 yards passing.
Well, that's what I'm saying. They need to get better at the quarterback position. No,
Okay.
82 yards rushing.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not saying he got shut down, but that wasn't his best game. It sure wasn't his best game, and he did not get better in the fourth quarter.
In games where Derrick Henry is over 100 yards, they are undefeated.
He didn't get to 100 yards, and can he get that much more production than Melvin Gordon, who you'd probably have to pay half as much? Can he get more than somebody like Kenyon Drake, who's also a free agent, that you'd have to pay about half as much?
I think so, because also something that we haven't talked about is Derrick Henry does also have breakaway speed. He is not just a physical runner. Yes, that is his main identity, but we've seen him multiple times. I think if you go look at that Patriots game, I think if you look at the wild card game, you'll see that he has breakaway speed. He can take off, and he will outrun your defensive backs even. You go look at his 99-yard touchdown against Jacksonville. You know, that's the type of game-changing plays that he can bring on any down. They were at their 1-yard line, and he ran a 99-yard touchdown.
That's fine, but you can't build your team on a running back and then let your passing game suffer.
Well, the thing is, they don't have to let it suffer, you know? I think that Ryan Tannehill, if they stay with him, you know, he can get better in the system that they've created. They have, you know, some young receivers who can hopefully get better.
They didn't prove that last year.
Well, they're young guys. You have Corey Davis as a first-round draft pick. You have A.J. Brown, who's, I believe, either a first or second rounder. I can't quite remember.
But Derrick Henry has to be able to produce without getting hurt. I mean, he just had a hamstring injury last year that put him out a few games.
He can't take 300 carries a season. But
he took 300 carries and missed a game. And had less carry. I mean, look at the Broncos held him to 16 yards. The 7-9 Broncos. When he gets shut down, the Titans can't play. And I think you don't give that $15 million a year to anybody other than somebody like Saquon that's good, or Christian McCaffrey that can take the receiving game and take the running game to the next level.
So if he missed a game, how come he has better stats than they do? How come he has more yards per carry?
Ezekiel Elliott still had more total yards than
total yards, because he's more of a receiving threat.
That's fine. Total yards. That's total contribution to the game. Running is only part of the game. If you have a great running game, you can't just ride that in modern NFL. The modern NFL, you cannot have a run-heavy team and truly win without being able to stretch the field or have a quarterback that can stretch the field with his legs. The only exception to that was the Ravens. They ran 53% of the time this year, but they also had Lamar Jackson able to stretch the field on any play. They don't have that with Ryan Tannehill. He's going to sit in the pocket. They have to go, if they're going to keep Derrick Henry, they have got to get an Amari Cooper, somebody that's going to stretch the field, that can provide, that can make other teams not stack the box. But they also have to have Derrick Henry not get hurt, because what kind of backup running back are you going to get if you're paying Derrick Henry $15 million?
Well, and I agree with that 100%. That's my point is, pay Derrick Henry. You've let go all these other players. You have the cap space and the money to go and get these other players.
What about in a year or two when Derrick Henry gets hurt because he's taking too much of a beating?
In a year or two, you have to make sure you're drafting well. You have to make sure that...
Well, you're not going to sign Derrick Henry to a one-year deal.
No, you're not going to be a one-year deal.
So you're going to invest in having a worse future to have a good running back now.
That's not necessarily it. Look, they are in a perfect chance to go win a Super Bowl.
Not right now.
Right now, they are very possible.
They better get a new quarterback and a new wide receiver if they're going to win a Super Bowl, because Ryan Tannehill is not winning a Super Bowl. Make the ground shake.
Okay, guys, so next we're going to go ahead and talk about a free agent that we both like, and we're going to talk about where he would fit on what team and why. So, Hunter, you can go ahead and go first.
I'm calling Xavier Rhodes to the Jaguars. The Jaguars just let go AJ Boye. I think they are definitely desperate for a number one corner, and I don't think Xavier Rhodes' game is over. I think he had a bad season, but I really think he has that potential there, and they're going to get him for a little cheaper than he really deserves just because of the bad season. I think it's a perfect setup for the Jags.
Awesome. So my first pick is going to be Delaney Walker. And I think he'd be great for the Patriots because I think he's going to be that ideal tight end that can really open up the offense in the pass game. Now, is he a Gronk? No. Nowhere even close. He's older. But he can run block, and he still has really good hands. He's a great possession tight end. He's not going to be your George Kittle. He's not going to be your speedy guy who's going to get open. But he's going to be your guy that it's third down. I'm going to go ahead and throw this short curl over the middle, and I know he's going to catch it. Or I know he's going to be able to block that defensive end, and I know he's going to be able to let us pop this outside zone. So I think that he'd be a really great fit for the Patriots. Hopefully Tom Brady's coming back and able to help them out there. My second pick is going to be a return trip for Kareem Hunt to the Kansas City Chiefs. Hopefully Kareem Hunt's gotten his act together. He's cleaned it up, and I think that would be amazing if you could have what used to be one of the top 5 running backs in the league come back with the top offense, see everybody, life go full circle, come back, be really successful. I think it'd be amazing for everyone to watch. All right.
And now my second pick would be Melvin Gordon. I know I said that the Titans have that option, but I would like to see Melvin Gordon to the Broncos. The Broncos just let go of Devontae Booker. Royce Freeman had a decent rookie year. His sophomore year, not so great. So I think the Broncos, Phillip Lindsay still hasn't gotten truly paid. I think Melvin Gordon would be a pretty cheap option with a really good running back duo in the backfield with Royce Freeman as kind of a third string back there. I think it'd be the perfect storm for the Denver backfield.
Yeah, I think that would be a really great fit for him. I think there'd be a lot of really great things he can do. Maybe go 2 back sets with Phillip Lindsay and Melvin Gordon would be scary for NFL
sure.
defense.
I'd love to see Pat Shurmur come up with something. That's going to be it, guys. Thank you for tuning in, and hope to see you guys next time.